Hey guys, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so for many of you guys, you know that I have been on a little bit of a hiatus, okay? So last Saturday, I went on a ayahuasca retreat, okay? And just talking about this is, bear with me, you guys. Please be patient, okay? Um, I I woke up, okay? That's the only way I can explain it, okay? And like right now, I still feel pretty raw and vulnerable. I'm going through the integration process by, taking what I learned from my experience and implementing it into my reality today. And let me just tell you guys, the messages that Spirit Mama Aya gave me was so profound, and uh, like I can't even approach life the same way. Okay, um, she showed me that our collective, the divine feminine, that's what our collective is. We are the divine feminine. And we've been under a psychosis. That's what she was showing me. Um, the group that I was with, what I noticed at first when I first got there, of course, I was kind of nervous. It was really quiet. Nobody knows anybody, right? And I'm an introvert, okay? And so it was so awkward at first. And then, the shaman, he's talking to us and he's explaining to us, as people who haven't done this before, you know, what to expect, right? He's giving us breathing techniques and things like that. And so he has the bottle and he's passing it around and we're blowing our intentions, right? We're speaking out our intentions over the ayahuasca. And my personal intention was to reclaim my power and, yeah, just to reclaim my power and to heal. And so I set that intention, and of course we take the ayahuasca, and it was crazy, y'all. Okay, so the shaman, he's doing his thing with the sage and the drum, and he's singing, and we're getting deeper and deeper. And all of a sudden, I notice this connection between all of us. Okay, we literally ended up becoming like one organism, is what it felt like. And what one person was feeling, I was feeling too. And there's this woman to the left of me, and she was the most vocal out of everyone. She was making these like animalistic noises, and uh, she was really expressing, I guess you could say, kind of this. It was a dark type of energy I was feeling, right? And it kind of threw me off, and I was just thinking, wow, okay, I'm kind of making noises too, but I'm not like, I'm just kind of trying to breathe through it, right? Trying to let it just, surrender. I'm trying to surrender. And this chick, it's intensifying, and I'm thinking it's something that's outside of myself. Okay, I'll get to the big picture what I'm talking about, okay, in a second. And like this energy is flowing through us, and it's almost like cyclical. That's what I was feeling. It was almost like the Fibonacci, like cyclical, going from darkness back to the light. Like I kept having this experience of dying over and over and over again, is what it felt like. It's like one minute we would be in this darkness, and then the next minute it was like coming back to the light. I'm okay. I'm safe, right? But then like the darkness would go overcome us again. It's like, okay, let's learn this again. And it was this repetition of going back and forth. It's like the darkness was like this, right? But then coming back to the light, it would expand outward. That's how it felt, like this, constantly, like this. And again, this woman is the one who is vocalizing what's happening, right? Whenever we were all collectively okay, she would and she would just kind of almost have this kind of like ecstasy sighing, and she was okay, and I was okay. But then the moment that I felt the energy shift, she started kind of cackling, and it was kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh my god, we're like, it pushed me to the brink of insanity, is what it felt like. Okay, and this, even at one point, like I sat up because I wasn't feeling well, and everyone knows if you do ayahuasca, you do purge, because that's what it is. You're purging out the old story. And at one moment, I sat up, wasn't feeling good, and I darted my eyes over at her, like hoping that me looking at her would make her stop. Okay. And she didn't, of course, like the cackling, and it was almost demonic. Okay. I know it's trigger warning. That was the type of energy that it was exuding. Finally, I realized the reason why she was doing that, it wasn't her, it was me. Okay. And the moment that I realized that, I heard the laugh. It was this demonic energy, yes. When I say demonic, I'm talking about just the psychosis that we get into, that we're not worthy, or our insecurities, that it overcomes us. And I sat with it and I saw it and I was like, oh, it's actually, it's not her, it's me. And the moment that I realized that and I finally breathed through it, I took the power back. And all of a sudden, she was in the state of relief. And it was a humbling moment. And I realized the divine feminine, the collective, all of us, we've all been in a type A of, it's a psychosis, is what spirit was showing me. Okay. Anything that divides us from love for one another or planet is part of the psychosis, is what spirit was showing me. And finally, like at the end of it, whenever the purging is done and we're starting to wake up, that's what it felt like. I felt like I took the red pill and I woke up to the truth of who I was and who you are and who we are. Your pain is my pain. Your happiness is my happiness. We are all collectively one organism. And the divine masculine's been trying to wake up the divine feminine, which is the collective, who we are. We are the divine feminine. She's forgotten who she is. She's forgotten the truth of who she is. She's been in the psychosis, the drama of separation. And anything that causes more division or separation, they were showing me that's causing the schism. It's causing the psychosis. Okay. And finally, like, I was even thinking back to like things that Jesus said in the Bible. He had such a strong understanding. Think of the concept of like turning the other cheek. The message that was coming in strongly was to detach from the drama, the psychosis. When somebody is in their own drama, they try to suck you into it. Sometimes we can kind of, the reason why we get sucked into other people's psychosis or drama is because we are one organism. So we have to be careful. We have to detach with love, is what they were showing me. And we also have to detach from that old story, that lie of who we were told that we are. Okay. I feel the energy in my left hand right now. So a lot of receiving is going on right now. Okay. I hope this makes sense. I know it sounds crazy, but now how I view the world, I understand that what I do, what I say, has a big impact on people. And what you do, what you say, has a big impact on the people that you're around. It really does. And it's because we really are one organism. That's why you walk in a room and you'll say, oh, the vibe is off. There might be somebody who's emanating an energy that is unpleasant, right? Why are you feeling it so deeply? It's because we are one. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh man, it's so hard to explain, but I had to make a video, and I know it's been a minute, and I said I was going to post a video, okay, but here we are today. All right. But yeah, I don't even approach strangers the same. Like I'll go to Walmart and I see strangers, and used to, like I said, I'm an introvert. I used to kind of like keep my head down, avoid eye contact kind of shit. But now, like, when I see someone, I smile with joy because I'm just like, you're my brother, you're my sister, okay? And like, it just brings me so much joy. And I'm even more connected to the freaking plants. Like, it was a couple days after ayahuasca, we were driving, and there was this like area where there's some trees, but you can tell that there are some trees cut down. I do live out in the country, but right now there is a lot of deforestation going on where I live. And I could tell that the trees around that area were very much stressed out because they're kind of like paranoid. Okay, are we about to get cut down? This sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I was picking up. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it was so urgent. And the further we got deeper to, in the woods out where my mom lives, the energy started to subside, and like it was calming down. Like, okay, these trees feel a lot safer than the trees that are closer to the highway, is what I was feeling. So pretty much like the whole message that I got is that we are all collectively under a psychosis. Okay. It's all an illusion. Imagine this. There's a patient in a mental hospital and they have schizophrenia. Okay. I should have said trigger warning. Okay. This is a metaphor. They have schizophrenia. They don't know that they have schizophrenia. Okay. They think that their reality is real. But what they don't realize is that there is a doctor standing on the outside looking in, and that doctor knows that that patient has a disorder. They know that they have schizophrenia, although the patient thinks that that's his reality. Okay, that's us. We are like the schizophrenic person who's in the hospital. They're not aware. Okay, so anytime that you come into opposition or things trigger you, that's the psychosis. Okay, and I'll tell you what, I don't know if this message will get out there because I know the media don't like this kind of talk, okay? But things like the media, politics, religion, all of it, anything that divides, anything that says you're separate from me, that is causing more schism in our collective. It's causing more schism in the divine feminine, okay? She needs to wake up and realize that. That's another message I was picking up. So the divine masculine is trying to wake the feminine, okay? And so I know we've had like a big, for thousands of years, you know, the patriarchy take over. When I say that, I'm talking about the divine masculine, okay? How we do things. They're like, okay, this is the right way. This is the logical way. We have to do it this way. Well, if it's too masculine, what do we have? We have domineering. We have wars, things like that, right? And Spirit is showing me that it's up to the divine feminine to wake herself up. He's trying to wake her up, but he's going about it the wrong way. He can't wake her up. She has to wake herself up. We have to wake ourselves up from the psychosis, do you see? And it's like, if only she could look up and see that her beloved is standing there, is what I'm hearing, to have union with one another. And like, all the words of Jesus make sense now. Back in the day, I was like, that's a bunch of hoopla, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised Catholic, and then I went down the rabbit hole, different denominations and stuff like that, but, like, I understand what Jesus was saying when he said, you know, dust your feet off if your presence isn't welcomed somewhere, okay? He was saying to detach with love, like, everything that you do with love, okay? Especially whenever people are hurting, or especially if people are caught up in their own drama. Let's not feed into the dramas. Let's approach people in life with love and compassion. Compassion was a big word that was coming through so strongly. Okay, so what else was I getting from that too? I'm sorry, y'all, it's late, and I was like, you know what, I gotta just get this video out there because whew, it was so profound. I literally felt like I took the red pill. And yeah, I woke up and it was so funny because months ago I got a message from my spirit guides, and they said, you don't allow yourself to see. And I was like, what are you talking about? And like, that's been in the back of my mind for so long, like, you don't allow yourself to see, what you talking about, you know? And after the ayahuasca, I was laying there after everything, you know, once I was starting to come out of it, I said out loud, I see. Those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, let them see, okay? I'm telling you, I'm probably going to start reading scripture from Jesus just to see what he was talking about, not the doctrine. See, that's another thing. See, that man got caught up in doctrine and lost the message. That's what I was picking up heavily. We forgot the main message. All these different religions, it's all love, okay? Love is the answer. And it sounds so cliche, but that is the antidote to get out of the psychosis, you guys. We are in a motherfucking psychosis, so we got to wake the fuck up. That's what Spirit's saying, okay? And like, I'm not even gonna be able to approach my channel the same way, okay? Like me doing art. Look at my nails. You see this? I wanted to show y'all my nails like this because I'm in the process of taking them off. I'm feeling called to be more natural with my nails, but this is kind of how I feel right now. You see how I'm missing some nails, but I still got some remnants, you know. I'm going through the process of integration and letting go of the old version of me, okay? And another thing I was also getting from, I guess, the big message is that, you know, we sometimes feel like we're underdogs. And a lot of my channel, I've talked about feeling like the underdog, you know, rising above. But after this, I've realized that even calling myself an underdog is causing schism and is causing more of the psychosis. Like, I don't even see myself as an underdog anymore. And I have compassion for those who who look at me wrong or who don't like me. You know, that's their own psychosis. You see what I'm saying? Oof. Sorry, little baby. Yeah, that's their own psychosis. So when you got some haters or somebody who just don't like you for whatever reason, or you know, they're in their own psychosis, they've dealt with their own trauma, they've dealt with their own just things that they've personally gone through. They have their own warped reality. We all have had a warped reality, all of us, okay? And Spirit was showing me that that's them. Don't get caught up in their psychosis, their perception of you. The truth of you is that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. You came into this earth knowing who the fuck you were. You did. When you were little, when you was a little child, 4 or 5 years old, you came here knowing exactly who you were. And I remember, like, I used to always think back to this old memory that I used to have. Okay, when I was little, I used to have this cute little gumdrop outfit. It was a dress with some leggings, and it had little gumdrops on them. And I was probably about 4 years old. And I remember I was sitting on a swing, and I was swinging, and I was looking at my pretty little gumdrop dress, and I was like, I am so beautiful. Like, I was saying that to myself. I knew I was special. I was like, I am so beautiful. Like, I just knew I was beautiful when I was little. I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. This is me being 4 years old, okay? And as we get older, it's like we forget who we are because the world pushes their psychosis on us. They push this, like, this false identity onto us. It's true. And then we get caught up in the psychosis, okay? And then we forget who we are. We stop telling ourselves that we're beautiful. We stop telling ourselves that we're worthy, and we lose it. And then we start living for the world and what the world expects of us. But doing that, we become the exact thing that we hate. And Spirit's saying, well, I don't even know what you want to call it. Mama, as they say, okay. It's time to break away from the psychosis. It's time to break away from anything that causes division within the self and with our family, our community, our strangers, even our haters. Okay, so that's all I got right now. That's all I can think of that I remember. Okay, because it was all kind of a blur. Because so much downloads, so many downloads. Like, y'all, it's time to wake up. That's what they're saying. It's time to wake up. It's time to believe in ourselves again. It's time for radical compassion for one another. Radical compassion. Turn the other cheek. And I'm not saying take abuse. I'm saying turn the other cheek. If somebody is coming at you and wanting you to pull you into that bullshit drama, turn the other cheek. It's like kill it with kindness kind of thing. Okay, that's what Spirit's saying. So, yeah. That's my ayahuasca experience, boo-boo. Okay, I hope it helped you. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys so much. I will be posting some more readings, okay? I know it's been a minute. And also, my mom also did ayahuasca. She's the reason why I did it too. And I'm going to be interviewing her with her experience and let her have her little moment, you know what I'm saying? Just to show you guys her view and what she learned, okay? Well, I love you guys so much, okay? And I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. Ta-ta.